Hello boys and girls, today is Wednesday and today we're reading another Mr. Men book. You wouldn't believe it, but we are on book number 41 and there are only 48 books left. So we're nearly at the end and then I'll have to start reading new stories to you. I have lots of books at home, so don't you worry about that. Can't wait till I get to pick the new books. Today's book is called Mr. Grumble. And this is what Mr. Grumble looks like. He doesn't have a nice sort of face. He looks a bit grumpy, doesn't he? I wonder why he's grumpy. Let's find out. Mr. Grumble. Mr. Grumble's name suited him well. Bah, he would grumble every morning when his alarm clock rang. It's the start of yet another horrible day, he would say. That's not a good thing to say. Bah, he would groan every afternoon on his walk in the country. I hate the countryside. One day, just after he said this, someone suddenly appeared by magic. Oh, look. Do you think that's Mr. Wizard? We've met him before. Let's see. It was a wizard! A wizard to whom Mr. Grumble had the nerve to say, Bah, I hate wizards who suddenly appear by magic. Really, said the wizard. Well, I don't like people who are constantly grumbling and moaning. I'll tell you what I do to people who have bad manners. I turn them into... What do you think he's going to be turned into? Maybe a frog? Like the rhyme we sang yesterday. Little pigs! And the wizard disappeared, leaving behind him a very piggy-looking Mr. Grumble. Mr. Grumble was afraid that he might remain a pig for the rest of his life. So this is what he looked like at the start. And because he was grumbling about going for walks and getting out of bed, the wizard turned him into a pig. How ridiculous. But 5 minutes later, by magic of course, he changed back into himself. Oh, he's back to himself again. It was only a trick for 5 minutes. He set off again and happened to pass little Miss Fun's house. Come in, she cried. I'm having a party. How lovely. I hope Mr. Grumble goes in and has fun. Mr. Grumble went in, but when he heard little Miss Fun's guests singing and laughing, he scowled. Bah, he moaned, I can't stand singing and laughing. He would have done better to have kept quiet because... I think the wizard might be listening. This time, what do you think he is? Will we see? We don't know yet. It says... The wizard appeared once more. I see that my first lesson wasn't enough, he said. If I'm going to teach you to stop grumbling, groaning and moaning, I'll have to do more than turn you into a little pig. I'll have to turn you into a... What did you say again? What did you say he was going to turn him into? That's a great guess. I think he's going to turn him into a chicken. Let's see. Oh, a big pig! Look! Mr. Grumble did not like it one bit. Little Miss Fun and her guests, however, found it very funny. Please, begged Mr. Grumble, turn me back to normal. I promise that I will never grumble, groan or moan ever again. And he feebly wiggled his curly tail. The wizard took pity on him and changed him back to his old self. And then the wizard disappeared again. Look, he's very sad. So he turns him back and then the wizard disappears. Let's see if Mr. Grumble keeps his promise. Then little Miss Fun jumped onto a table and pretended to be a clown. Mr. Grumble was not amused. Bah, he snorted. I can't stand people who jump onto tables and pretend to be clowns. You can guess what happened next. He turned into a I think he's going to be a ginormous pig this time. Let's see. Oh, I'm right. An enormous pig. An enormous pig whose face was red with embarrassment. Oink, wailed Mr. Grumble mournfully. Then this enormous, red-faced pig made a solemn promise. Never again will I grumble, moan, groan, or snort. So he's making a promise, but he already made a promise and he broke it. So I hope this time he keeps it. Good, said the wizard, suddenly appearing once again. And Mr. Grumble changed back into his old self. Well, not exactly his old self. So there he is as an enormous pig. And let's see him changed back. Look at that nice smile on his face. It's amazing, isn't it? He's smiling. Later, Mr. Grumble went home. And tired out after his exhausting day, he went straight to bed. He slept the whole night without once grumbling, groaning, moaning, or snorting. But not without... What does he not forget to do? Snoring! Mr. Grumble snores when he sleeps. That's great at the end of the story that he has a smile on his face. Now, our rhyme today is called Little Boy Blue. And we're going to say it. We're not going to sing it today. So I'll count to 3 and then I'll say it. 1, 2, 3. Little boy blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn. Where is the boy who looks after the sheep? He's under the haystack, fast asleep. Very good. That was great, boys and girls. Delighted you liked that one. I will see you tomorrow for our next story and our next song.